Hey guys, welcome to Splitting Hairs, the Hairdressers Podcast. Everyone's got to wake up. We're doing our morning edition.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
Good morning.
So we got everything going, but I don't know. We're trying to figure out the best time to do this. We're not going to announce a time, really. We're just going to record it. But if you want to jump on, you can. Drea's just posted on Facebook. But yeah, we're just going to do this when we have the time to do it and can get in there. So
we like to keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing. So we got coffee. No one, only Drea got coffee.
I have water.
You have water. Cleansing.
It is.
So we are going to go over some industry news. We have hair from the
Grammys.
The Grammys. I can't even keep it straight anymore. There's so many.
Well, it's award season.
Yeah. Is that what it is? There a season for that?
Yes.
I have no idea. But
do it all
so
at
the
one time.
Oscars are coming up, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
So we have the Grammys. We have the hair from the
Yes.
Grammys, and we're going to talk about things that are, were popular there. We have our Instagram handles. So let's toss this over. At Free Salon Education, you can follow us on Instagram there. We post pictures from the salon throughout the day. And Brian Hair, you can get him at Hairstyle. Drea is at DreDay2289. And Barrett is at Barrett Stilitano. And I got to get Thad on there because Barrett's not here today either. But
True story.
Thad is at Thad Boland. So
Yes.
Wait, I just put it together. Was your birthday February 2nd?
No.
Oh. I thought that's where the 2-2 came from. I was like,
wait, were you born in 89?
Yeah, I was born in 89.
Wow.
I know, we're old, Matt.
I know.
I remember 89. I could have been there. Could have congratulated your parents.
So I want to give a shout out. We have a kind of a big day today because not only are we doing the podcast and we have 10 hours in the salon, I'm actually going to run up to Millennium Software and chat with the owner of Millennium Software, John Harms. So that should be exciting.
Super
Yeah.
cool. Don't forget my question.
So we're going to do a little interview. I will not forget the question. All right. And then so Millennium, they're always supporting us in everything that we do. So I want to say thank you to them. And I'm looking forward to, they have a huge event that I want to talk to John about coming up in June.
Ooh.
I believe it's in June, yeah. But it's called The Experience. You can check it out on, I believe their new website address is millenniumsi.com, which is a little bit easier. If you can't get it there, then go to harms-software.com, I think. But
Just Google it.
yeah, check it out. It's always at a beautiful resort. I've been there for the last 2 years. I've done classrooms there, and it's always an unbelievable time. And a thing I like about The Experience is that, and hopefully we can get you guys there soon. Yeah. But last year, 2 years ago, Tabitha was there. Last year, we were hanging with Martino. Robert Cromines is there. But it's a very intimate setting. There's not a ton of people, maybe 700, as opposed to most hair shows. When you go, there's like 7,000.
Right.
So you can't get in close with any of the artists. That's what I like about this event is you're eating lunch with them and you're hanging with them, and
That's pretty cool.
so it's really fun. Let's see. We have our Best Blonde contest. That ended.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's officially, as of this podcast, over. And I got to say, I was really impressed with what I saw out there.
Yeah, we had a lot of great entries.
We did. And what's cool is, Matt's got it linked up, so all of us get the notifications from Free Salon Education on our phone. And so just throughout the day, I get all excited because I think someone's showing me love on Facebook, but I realize it's just us that we're getting love. But either way, so it's been cool just randomly throughout the day, every day for the past month. I'm getting to see what kind of cool stuff you guys are doing, and it's been very impressive. So today we're going to officially go through all of our submissions and as a team, hash it out, decide which one is going to be our Best Blonde winner.
Well, and that's my thing, too. I like that we can do these contests, but really just allowing people to post on the wall. Because normally, and I don't even think Brian knew this until this week because we were talking about how I cannot even see you. There we go. I don't think you even knew this, but if you post on somebody's wall, it goes into posts by others and you can't actually see it. Like some people can, sometimes Facebook will let it through, but they have this weird system on how Facebook works. So it depends on how you post things, what you post, if they're going to actually put it up or not for everyone to see. So when people are sharing on our wall, I like to turn around and reshare it so that everyone can see it. And I think because that's what it's really about. And from now on, make sure when you share a picture on our wall, I didn't put this on the contest, but make sure that you put the formula with it so that we're all learning from it and we can see. I know one person posted I forget the name, but maybe you can pull up a picture of the girl with the pink in it a little bit. She's got a little bit of pink. Anyways, but
I liked hers.
What I liked about that is that he, I think is a guy, put the story behind it.
Right.
So, and that wasn't part of the contest, so we won't hold that against anyone.
But that is good to know because especially with blondes, every blonde is a story.
Yeah.
You know, we all know it's not. That's one reason that I was so impressed with all this because I know it's not that easy to get blondes that look that good.
Right.
Like it took time. There was color correction involved. There was toning. There was everything involved. So it would just be cool for us to know, you know, how'd you do it? What was the story? And
if you have a blonde that's like a level 7 already, then it's not that hard.
It's a quick story.
Exactly. So we got all kinds of things. Make sure you follow us on Facebook.
That's the one, right?
Salon Education. There it is. Yeah, let's pull that up nice and big. People aren't going to be able to really see it that well, but if you go on our Facebook, you can really check it out. But again, it's a story. It says this guest was a natural level 5, had virgin hair. So that's cool. That's a little bit of an easy story. But if you started a level 5,
that's still
exactly. You're working through a lot of really warm dominant pigments. And when you look at the end result here, used Wella Blondor, 30 volume cream developer, root to end with heat. Whoa, buddy. And toned with blonde, Wella 10. What is it called? 10 stroke 01.
Yeah.
Natural ash. So pretty awesome. I think it's cool.
And then did the pink balayage from the video.
So it almost puts you in the place of what, because we're hairdressers, we're visual. I can totally picture his day in the salon doing that. That was a nightmare to begin with, but beautiful result. So we really like that one. And it just stands out to me mostly because of the story. So.
Yeah.
And so, did we officially ever decide what the prize is going to be from this?
So we did. Remember?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know.
Do
Are we
you
still
wanna
going
say
with
it?
that? No, you can say
Oh, we're totally going with it. So we have decided for the next few months we're going to do this contest. So we're actually going to start the best haircut contest coming up for February.
We'll make sure we talk about what it takes to be the best haircut.
Right. Well, we'll go through the. I don't know. The one that's the most appealing.
More snow.
There's snowflakes.
Oh, geez. If you're not on the East Coast, we have had the most miserable winter. It's freezing cold.
It's everywhere now. It's funny for me seeing all my friends back in Alabama posting like their first snow pictures ever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they got like a quarter of an inch.
Right.
They're like, oh, the whole world is closed for the next 6 days.
Yeah, I think if you guys could see outside, you can't. But it's a nightmare out there.
More snow.
So
all right.
Cutting
So
contest.
What was I talking about?
Cutting contest.
Cutting contest. Thanks,
Wait,
Brian.
the prize to the color.
So the prize to the color, and we're going to do this with every contest, but the prize for the color is a personal class, not even class, a personal hangout with Brian Hare on Skype. So we're going to do that with every contest for the next few months. So
like we'll get in contact with you and sort of go over, all right, we're going to have this little, it's not really a hangout, like, hey, what's up? I'm going to take my phone to a bar and hang out on Skype.
But I don't want it to be like...
It's not necessarily a class, maybe like a little one-on-one tutelage, whatever you want to go over, anything. I can learn from you from me.
Exactly.
Just chat it out about some hair.
That's my thought. And then we can definitely get them on splitting hairs, possibly.
Ooh.
Maybe a call-in or something, and we can talk about what they did.
The story.
But I think it'll be really cool. And I just didn't want to say it. I don't want to say it's like... Because they're doing the best blonde. Obviously, they're talented.
They're good.
Doing blonde hair. But I think it'll be a cool hangout. And I want to get them on Splitting Hairs to talk. If they have any questions or want to learn a technique or anything from you, you're open to that. If they just want to jump on Splitting Hairs, hey, that's cool too. Yeah. It's just open, and we put out that opportunity. And also, I'll probably throw in, we'll send them some cool, something cool.
Obviously.
So, obviously. Let's see. Where are we headed next?
You want to go into questions from social media?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, cool.
All right.
Let's see. This one. This is from Ichthyologistic. Yeah, I got that.
Expialidocious.
Yeah, pretty close. Asking about off of the Jennifer Lawrence Pixie haircut video. Can you finish off the cut with thinning shears instead of point cutting? I believe this one's for you.
Okay, so the Pixie Cut, I did see this. I saw this question. I think the Pixie Cut, for me, yes, you can. You can finish it with anything that you want. I think the number one thing to realize is that if you're using thinning shears, then there's not a precise way to go about it. So I guess if I were going to finish it off, I like using point cutting. That's why I did it. Some people love thinning shears, and sometimes I use them. So yes, you could. Do I think it would be a little bit different effect? Possibly. And I think you're going to remove more hair than what I removed. And I think when you do that, when you remove too much hair, you kill the structure that you were building or any line that you were putting in there. So thinning shears are a tough thing, and I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about it. And I should do it. I really need to do a video about thinning shears.
It can be one of the steps.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Before you answer this one, I want to throw a comment to you, Drea.
Yeah.
This is off of the Cutting a Side Bang Easy Dry Haircut Face Frame Haircut.
Okay.
I believe that's the one that you guys just did, right?
Yeah, we just did that.
Okay.
It says, this is great. Can I ask, does this technique work on shorter hair, maybe bob length? First of all, congratulations. Your hair is now considered long and not bob length.
Oh, wow.
I know, and I keep trying to cut it. I'm like,
I'm
so
in
Drea,
a wedding.
clipper bob, right? Because Robert Cromeans does this clipper bob, and I just want to show a video on it, and I think it would be fun. And the only person I know I can talk into is Drea, and I'm not going to give up. Because I know
we're like in the final stretch before this wedding she's got to be in, that she's been trying to grow her hair out since the first haircutting video we used her for.
Yeah.
No.
She's holding strong. I'm impressed.
So
I'm very strong-willed when I want to be.
So the side bang on short hair, right?
Yeah. Can you do it on something bob length?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I've had it.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've been doing it on Andrea since here, right?
Yeah.
So bob length, you can do it on Pixie Cut.
Yeah,
length.
I was going to say, anytime there's a side bang, that's just a way to do it, right?
Yeah. This is a technique that is perfect in any situation on any part of the head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it's following the round of the head, and that's where round is going to be soft. So anytime you're following the round, you're just going to create softness and not weight and heavy. So if I over direct hair, let's say even if it's right here in the front, I'm always pushing extra weight. So it's just, if I decide to follow the round, then I'm taking out that weight. So you can use it anywhere. You could use it in the back if you feel like you always push a lot of weight there. Cut that with the round. So yes, short hair, medium hair, long hair, any hair that can wear a bang. It's a great technique for that. I've been wanting to do that video for a while, so I'm glad that Drea actually, for that video, left work because she gets off at 5 o'clock on Wednesdays. And I just want to say this because this is dedication, definitely. She takes a... I don't want to say what I thought the class... What is it?
It's a bar class.
A bar class. So
it's a ballet style.
I keep calling it a pole class because I'm thinking of a bar.
Totally different. That's a bar.
There is a bar. It's horizontal, not vertical.
Right. So it's like ballet, right?
Yeah.
So you do like stretching and everything.
Stretching,
so
and it's a lot of leg work.
And she does that class, which Thad is like, because he's so...
ripped.
He's so ripped and strong and gym guy. He's like, oh yeah, she's going to do the bar class.
Silly class.
Yeah, it's silly. But whatever. So we went, she does that, then she comes back. And you live half an hour away from here, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like, and she came back just to be a part of the video, which is awesome, man. So, and it's things like that are allowing us to share this information with the people that follow us and subscribe to us. So, it's cool. It's much better that we got to do it on you than on a mannequin. So it just looked so much better.
Well, I don't even think about it. Like, it's just fun to come back and do these things. Like, and I think that's what shows in a lot of our stuff is that we're very passionate about what we're doing. So.
Right.
We don't have to be here.
We don't have to be here.
Yeah.
I could totally be in bed right now.
Yeah.
But I like being here.
I actually thought about it.
Did you?
No.
Oh.
You don't sleep.
I was like, I'd be surprised if you thought about that.
Matt never sleeps.
I like being here too. So we
All right.
What do we next question?
Yeah, I got it. There's a couple more on here.
Okay, cool.
This one I think is a good one for you, Matt. Obviously, I can't answer it because I look ridiculous when I cut hair. When you cut elbow up, do you ever change your feet position to what we call crossover?
So
Basically,
this
it's just about.
Yeah, this is a really long question, but basically it is, do you turn your feet? So like, let's say I'm standing in the back of the head. Do I turn my feet to be parallel to my hand? So that was really all it was. And my answer to this would be, I think wherever you're standing that makes you comfortable is where you should stand. I don't think it's necessarily, if you're in the back of the head and you're comfortable with your feet parallel to your hand, I think that's how you should stand. If you're uncomfortable and it's going to make your hand go weird, then don't stand like that. So I was never taught that way in any hair class that I've had. No one focused that strongly on feet and the position there, just where you were standing, not how you were standing.
Yeah.
So I think the best way I could answer that question would be, if it's comfortable, then stand like that. Because if you're comfortable, you'll have a more consistent haircut. If you're stretching everything, you're trying to hold your arm up and get...
Well, that's what I was always told, is if you're uncomfortable, you're standing somehow wrong.
Exactly.
Like, nothing about what we do should put you in any kind of discomfort or pain while you're cutting hair.
Well, exactly. And think about it. If you've got your elbow way up in the air like this, and it's straining you and it hurts, then you're going to start to drop. Just naturally, as a human being, you're going to drop down. So are you going to be more consistent if you just let your elbow drop a little bit, but just follow that line on your hand? I personally think you would. So it just depends on what in your mind works the best to keep you consistent when you're cutting.
Fair enough. So it's all about consistency.
Yes.
This one, I get it. We have to go over. I love it.
Okay.
From Facebook, if anyone can help me out, it's you guys. I've been asked from time to time to do a 3-layered haircut, meaning 3 distinct layers.
This is Brian's favorite haircut.
How would you achieve this effect in a beautiful way? She's stumped. We need to help this person out.
Okay.
Stephanie, this one's for you.
Do you want to start?
Well, I just want to start by saying, actually, Drea, what's funny is I can't really tell this story all by myself anymore because you were there. We just didn't know each other back then.
Yes.
I saw a platform artist one time explaining, I think, where this whole thing originated from. Saying
what show is this at?
It wasn't. It was at the Temple back when we were both in school.
Okay.
Brian
was there. I was there.
We just didn't know each other.
We just didn't know each other at the same time.
Like
who would have thought you'd be here?
I know.
And here we are. It was George Morales talking.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was the Goddess Room one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was saying that back when he was in beauty school, the way that his beauty school taught to cut layers was to get the hair dry, nice and straight, and then just take your scissors and go along the outside of the hair in a horizontal line, and that was a layer.
Okay.
If they wanted 2 layers, then you go up higher.
Yeah.
And do another one. So I think that might be where that horrible, I only want 3 layers or 4 layers originated, because at one point they were cut based on how many you wanted to put in there.
Yeah. Can you imagine how the hair felt? Like when how heavy it was doing that? Or looked. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so let me also say, we've had a client here forever who always asks for the 7-layer haircut. It's actually, she's Barrett's client now. She used to go to the old owner of here, and she would always ask for the 7-layer cut.
There's 7 layers and dip.
Yeah, and the old owner, they worked here, Sam Burns, it was his client, and he would give it to her. So then, he would say he was giving it to her, right? But he's not actually creating 7 layers. So he would just hold the hair up and cut it. And then, so when he left here and we took over the salon, she kept coming and she kept asking for the 7-layer cut. We're like, just so you know, there's nothing about this that's 7 layers. But people just I think that what I take that from is it's the amount of layering. So if they say 3, then they don't want 1, 2, and 3. They just want subtle, I think. So that's how, in the consultation, I would discuss that.
Right. I mean, the way that I've taken it is, okay, they want a little bit of layering. They have something like this stuck in their head. That means at some point, something has happened that they didn't like layer-wise.
Right.
And they researched it enough or asked whoever fixed it what to ask for in the future. So I think it's going to be about just getting that story. What don't they like? What hasn't worked for them? And then adjusting it from there. I mean, I tell people when they, when I give them any kind of explanation on the topic, like, well, how many layers is this going to be? I say, I don't know. It depends on how many hairs are on your head. It could be the shortest one and then that many layers between there and the length.
Yeah.
So 1 million?
Like I have a guy, Peter. He comes in. I love Peter, and he's like, Matt, can you give me that layered cut that you give me? And it's like as short as my hair in the back. I'm like, well, it is layers, but
technically,
he calls it layers every time. What? But just in the consultation,
don't stress yourself out. There really isn't a 3 distinct layer.
Yeah,
haircut
we will
anyone's
never
gonna
be
pay
doing a
for.
video on that. You can't
do
unless
it.
you go along and chop them in. And if that's what they want, then do it. We're please them, make them happy. I don't think that will, but
I'm glad that she's having a hard time finding that on YouTube, because I don't want that being out there.
Yeah, exactly.
But I hope this helps.
Okay, next.
Well, then we move from social media into the salon news. Want to go into that?
Yeah, just talk about a couple things, because there was some weird stuff in the news this week.
My favorite is the barber that stabs the customer in China.
Yeah.
What?
So just a little rundown.
Just real quick, hairdresser in China. The man complained about his haircut, and the barber freaked out and stabbed him in the chest with his scissors.
Oh.
Wait, that is so... Okay, we can't laugh about this, but...
No, that is
insane.
We've all been there. We've all wanted to do it. You can't actually do it.
Right.
You go to jail when that happens. This man is now in jail. The guy survived, by the way.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he got some surgeries to repair a punctured lung, and he's recovering. He's doing okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, good to
That's
know.
a story to tell. Can you imagine, like, later in life when you're telling your kids
He's like,
things that happened?
I can't run up this hill. Why? I have a weird breathing problem. My barber stabbed me in the chest with the scissors because he cut a hole over my ear.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
That's nuts.
That'll teach you to complain, though.
I know, but...
You know?
Some of those barber scissors are like really intense and big.
Right? I doubt he was using little 3-inch shears. It was probably like the hedge clippers.
They can
that
get
you
like
use.
7 and 8 inches.
Well, and so that's not even... So we had that crazy story this week. And then the crazy story with the girl who committed suicide, which I don't, you know, we don't have to get super into it. It's a very sad thing.
Yeah.
But it was so wrapped around hairdresser.
Yeah.
It was like she didn't like her hair color. And they kept pushing that. And it's just like, as a hairdresser, when you see that story, and if you haven't seen the story on Facebook, I'm sure you will, because everyone that's not a hairdresser has tagged their hairdresser in this in this video or in this story. But so she didn't like her hair color, I guess, and she kept texting her hairdresser over 50 times and was going crazy about it. And then turns out she ended up committing suicide. So that'll go to show you that you got to get it right.
Yeah.
You got to get hair color right.
I don't think that should go to show you that you got to get it right.
No, I'm just saying. But clients will text you over and over again.
Right. I mean, we've all
been through that, and you got to really think about, because we're in a people business, I think is the important part of what I'm saying. So we just want to make sure that we're catering to people and we figure out their needs. I have a guest coming in today that I put some blonde in this week, and she wants some lowlights. So, jump in, we do that, and we just try to people please. But it was weird that they wrapped a story around hair in that. What's the next one?
I think, well, there's the thing about Forbes named Oribe Hair Care as in its annual America's Most Promising Companies list, which is kind of a big deal.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, it's Forbes. That's like the biggest deal.
Yeah, Oribe is definitely working their way up.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already up, but they're so awesome. I've seen them at a couple different things, and I have a good friend who speaks very highly of their education and everything, and it's just cool to see. They're a very small company, I think, but they're getting big press.
Well, that's what they say this is based on. It's based on growth, and that's what got them on the list, so that's huge.
Yeah, that's cool. All right.
And then what do you want to move on to next?
I think, I want to talk about the 20 for 20s because this is our little business tip of the week. This is a stack of cards. So we ran this promotion, and I just wanted to kind of show how thick this is. Let me see if I can show. So this is cards that were returned to us from clients. So we ran this promotion. It's called 20 for 20. And basically what happens is we give each guest that leaves a $20 off card with their name on it, and they can give it to a friend. So that friend can come in, use the $20 off card, and they'll get $20 off. And then in return, the guest that gives it to their friend gets $20 off. Does that make sense? Did I say that right? So basically, with that being said, we had a bunch of them returned, and this was a very, very successful thing that we've done. Some of these are loyalty cards, but so we did the 20 for 20, and we did a loyalty thing, but this is a lot of return guests.
Yeah.
And there have been more than that because I'm really bad about saving them. I didn't know you wanted them saved. I just throw them out.
Yeah, this is why.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm just kidding.
So make that stack a little bigger.
So, yeah, think about it like this thick. But yeah, this was a stack of people that returned it. So this is the stuff that works really well. And it's just an easy card that says $20 off any cut and color for new customers only. My friend blank gave me this card. So so then we know when it comes back who gave it to their friend. So
right.
But it worked really well. So make sure that you try it. I think on our business page on freesaloneducation.com, there's a little template for how to create the 20 for 20 cards.
And what's cool with that is I noticed with some of my guests, I'd give them one or two, and I'd be like, be very selective about who you give this to.
Right.
Because if you give this away to someone that you don't know, that you just met at a party, and they don't come back, you don't get anything.
Exactly,
right.
yeah.
And so, it helped to sort of build that tree of loyalty and branching out. Your guests are thinking about which friends they want to come to you or they trust to come to you.
Right.
Which is great because that's just going to help build a stronger web of loyalty.
Yep.
Cool.
Right on. So, and you came up with that idea, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you tell me that idea? I mean, who knows? Is that something that you had done before or?
Yeah. It was something a previous salon I had worked at had done, but they didn't market it quite as well.
Okay.
And they had the wording weird and nobody really understood what was happening. So, I just always thought it could be simplified into an easier way of explaining it so that people understood, I'm getting money off as well as this
Your
person.
friend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to move into Grammys. Trending trusses.
Yeah.
Drea.
All right. So hold on.
So Drea keeps up with the trends all week, and we try to watch them. And but this week we had the Grammys, so there's going to be just a few things that we noticed. I have Beyonce up here. I'm going to switch her over. Cool. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So
let me just say her opening performance. Did you watch it?
I still haven't seen hers. I saw everyone else's but hers.
I watched it.
I'm like trying to make it a point. I mean, me and Christina miserably kind of watch this because it's just like you know how old you're feeling when you're watching these things because you're like, is this really cool? It's got to be really cool because it's on here, but you just don't feel like it is. So we're watching Beyonce. Beyonce comes out. She's got wet hair.
Yeah.
So it's like all of these hairdressers, Rihanna, before, and then whatever the last one was, she came out with undone hair, or it was half done. Beyonce comes out with wet hair. It's kind of, for me, it's kind of a thing. Like I feel like artists are kind of starting to do that.
I can see like for her performance that having the wet hair was kind of, however it did go.
Was it raining though? Like you didn't see it, but
yeah, I think it was supposed to be like raining or something.
Raining.
Well, she sang "Drunk in Love," right?
Yeah.
That's how drunk she was. She was completely drenched in alcohol.
Nice.
But that there's hairdressers backstage. I don't understand why her hair wasn't styled afterwards because it just dried in this mess.
I think it looks like it was like attempted to be styled, but I think it was maybe loaded down with too much stuff or something. I don't know. It was such a rush. It's an award show, I think. So
I don't love. She could use a 3-layer haircut.
Yeah. Yeah. At least 2 more in there. I think this goes to show you this is like she's been transforming quite a bit. This one length cut, I think personally I love a one length cut on curly hair. I don't know. I actually like it. I wish it was styled a little differently, maybe a little bit bigger, but I do love
I just don't care for the
crisp
style.
one length on it. All right.
Katy
let's
Perry.
see. Katy Perry got her up now. Okay.
Yay. So this was Katy Perry style, and it was actually she was quoted that it was inspiration off of Elizabeth Taylor's bun.
I get that.
And I can see that a little bit.
I think it's impressive. Like this year we're seeing so much messy hair.
Yeah, and this is so structured.
Right. It was neat to see not one hair out of place. I hope no one comes in asking for this.
Right.
But I think
No,
it looks
this
great.
that's not. Do you think that's all her hair? I don't.
No,
No,
none
it's
of that
not.
is her hair.
Right?
She's
Okay.
probably
Right.
got a bun the size of a golf ball, and then this huge rope of fake hair is just tied and pinned around it.
Right.
Right.
All right.
I still think I think it's pretty.
It is pretty. I agree.
And I've got Lord.
Lord.
Ugh.
So they were saying that Lord, the hairstylist who did Lord's hair, wanted to try something different because she's so known for her big textured curly hair. So they actually blew her out and then flat ironed her with these little waves down at the bottom so that she still had texture.
Okay.
And then sent her out in a rainstorm, and then sent her to the Grammys.
Yeah, like I think her hair
I
looks.
have a hard time believing that a smoothing iron touched that hair.
I do too. And I just feel like it's a very heavy, like when she was performing, I just felt like her hair was like taking over her face.
Yeah.
don't know
Well,
if you
it
got-
needs
you-
to, because did you see how creepy she is during that? I have never seen it. So I'm watching it. This is probably the point where I was like, oh, I'm not cool anymore at all. So we're watching it, and I'm like, she's like freaking out up there, like doing these weird things.
Yeah.
And but then she wins an award, and she gets up there, and you're like, all right, she's kind of nice. Like, she's just young, but when she is performing, she is the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But good for her. I mean,
Congrats.
I mean, she is young. She just doesn't have.
I said to Christine, I'm
She's
like,
this
is
year's-
this is cool? And she's like, well, no one else is really doing this yet, so I don't know if it's cool, but
She's this year's
she's
Adele.
making it cool, that's for sure. All right, I got I don't know.
Do you want to?
Who you got?
I got the blonde and I got that one.
Isn't that?
The tough thing is I don't know celebrity names, so I have her picture up here and I can't tell them what it is. But that's it.
Isn't that what's her name? Lucy's client from Hunger Games.
Yes.
All right.
So
Okay.
she has gone from. Unfortunately, she's debuted her darker, redder hair on
the beach.
vacation, but
She didn't really debut
Yes.
it. The paparazzi debuted it for her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with an iPhone. Thanks, guys.
so
This is the blurriest picture.
it is blurry, and I apologize, but it's the best thing we have so far. So she went from having her honey blonde to a more auburn, slightly darker. It's not super
Pretty.
dark. I like it. I like that middle tone for blondes who are going darker because it gives them the sense of feeling dark,
Right.
Yeah.
but
But it's not going to make the hairdresser want to throw themselves off a bridge when she decides to be blonde again in
yes.
2 months.
Exactly, yeah. All right, cool.
Cool.
Then
Beans.
I think it's Jessica Alba I have. Or what do we have next? What do you have? I'll go there. All right, switching it over.
So this is Hugh Hefner's wife,
Oh, wow.
and she went darker.
A Hugh Hefner wife that is not an all-over blonde.
Yes.
Hmm.
So she went from her nice little platinum to she wanted to go darker and have an ombre, and she just wanted to try something fun. Apparently, when she went home and asked how he liked it, he asked when it was going back to being blonde.
So there you go.
That's funny. Wait, so
Oh, Hef.
But apparently she was posting all these selfies on Instagram, loving this darker tone. And honestly, I think her hair looks so much healthier. Her eyes pop.
yeah.
Shows off her lip job a little better.
Yeah.
And I think like it looks like technique-wise that they basically just removed the top and
Yeah.
colored it, because that dark goes quite a
Well-
bit through. I wish it was a little more gradation in there.
But the blonde at the bottom looks a little crisper as well. Like
yeah.
in the picture on the left, she's just really, really highlighted. In the picture
Yeah.
on the right, they actually made that blonde at the bottom nice and solid.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I've had to do in the past when someone goes from being a highlighted guest to an ombre guest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because if you only do highlights on somebody, they're lighter at the top in the crowny area and then darker down here. Because this is where you put all the foils. So to flip that, you can't just do this because you've got that dark down at the bottom as well. So
Right. Okay.
good job.
Good job. All right, what do we got?
Oh, I love her.
All right. So we have Emma Roberts.
All right.
And she is one of the celebs who has following the nice little bob chop trend. And, I think this is great. I think it makes her look older.
The blonde looks good.
The blonde looks
haircut
good.
looks great.
It's just, it's a sharp, clean line.
This is why more people should cut their hair shorter.
Right.
Like, what are we doing with this long hair? It looks so good. It makes her look taller, sleeker.
Yeah. now she looks ready to carry the Roberts family name.
Right.
Right.
Well, and I think like she's been in the spotlight for quite some time since she was younger, in her early teens, and I just think how graceful it looks that she's chopped her hair and she's really showing off that she's
Right. She looks gorgeous.
she's grown up.
All right. Who do you got next?
Jessica Alba.
All right.
So sorry, Brian, they put it on the wrong side again.
Yeah,
I was going to say, which one of these is supposed to be her after?
So her after is the shorter bob length style. So she's gone from this longer one to actually we might have a different.
To be honest, that
well,
after picture just looks like she had her extensions taken out, and that's what she's trying to grow her hair with.
I know, and Christina actually showed me on Instagram
The other one.
her hairdresser's page or whatever.
Yeah.
She was showing it to me. So
Yeah.
and I was looking at it, and she shows after she had cut this. I don't like this haircut. I don't personally. I like the fact that that celebrities are chopping their hair shorter.
Right.
But this is she's already got stringy hair, and they made it stringier. It's like they took a dull razor and cut it.
Yeah.
So I don't really love this one. It doesn't look clean. It looks messy.
I think those ends look like when you know someone who's been getting extensions for years.
Yeah.
To try to grow their natural. When you take the extensions out, it's like, hey, look how long it is.
Yeah.
Well,
all
and
4 pieces.
I found it fascinating that when because I first saw it on her hairstylist's Instagram that she chopped it, but this picture that her hairstylist posted of it wasn't even a good picture of. It wasn't any straight on angles. It was just little bits and pieces of the haircut.
Right.
And I thought that was odd that they weren't showing it off more.
Yeah. Well,
they know what we're looking at.
all right.
Fair
Let's
enough.
see. I think I have. Oh, you got Miley.
I got Miley.
We're moving on. We've had enough Jessica Alba.
There we go.
So we have Miley's new haircut. I love it.
I do too.
I think it looks awesome. It's fun. It's PC.
And I mean, they took the same. It's the same haircut.
They
Right.
just took it shorter.
Well, I'm glad they
It's
made her
just
blonde
chopped
again.
up a little bit. Yeah,
They
made her
got rid of
blonde.
the roots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying that she's gonna try something new because obviously
That's what she does.
she's played this out and a lot of people have cut their hair like her. So now
Mhm.
she's got to move on to the next thing, and I think it's cool that I like the blonde. I like the softness of she just
Mhm.
looks like
She
Miley
looks
Cyrus
pretty.
looked. Yeah.
She looks less severe.
Right.
I think it's cool.
I have one more
I hope she
picture.
sticks
Did
with
you?
it.
Yeah. Demi Lovato.
Oh, you can bring that up. I'll pull up the. We don't have this on a slide.
But if you've been
you
anywhere
can
on
see
social
it
media,
actually
you've
pretty
seen
well. Yeah.
So Brian got really excited that she's no longer blue and it's pink.
Well, I for a minute there, I didn't like the blue at first because
Right.
I felt like she didn't have enough roots to make it look like that was an intended look. It
Right.
looked like I'm just going to put something really dark like my roots. And then when she turned that into sort of that blue ombre,
Yeah,
I was starting to feel it. And now this, I'm cool with. I like the look of it. I think it goes with this look that she's trying to achieve. And the roots have gotten long enough now that it looks like
Yeah.
I'm intentionally having dark roots and long pink hair.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with it. I like it, actually.
I'm just really curious as to what her hair feels like.
Oh, I'm sure it's terrible.
But
Yeah. But at least she has somebody blowing it out all the time. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good.
Just getting it done.
she's getting it done.
All right. Is that it?
That's it. That's all I have.
All right, guys. Well, make sure that you go to our website, freesaloneducation.com, and you check out all the videos that we're creating. We're up to like 131 videos.
Wow.
We just put up 4 yesterday, so we're trying to post more and more videos, but make sure you go up to the very top corner and you hit join. That'll put you on our email list so that anything new that we come out with or do, you'll get an email right away. And it also will unlock a certain part of the website, which is a live video series, which will soon be unlocking to the 14 steps to cutting hair. So we're working on that. We have an iTunes app coming out, and I just got the approval today, so I don't think it's out yet. Hopefully by next week we'll have it, but that's a pretty cool thing. It'll be 99 cents, but really the only reason it's 99 cents is because actually apps cost you a lot monthly to have. So that's the only reason it's 99 cents, because basically what it's going to do is give you easy access to all of our videos on an app on your iPhone. So, but yeah, it's not a cheap thing to do. So I'm trying to kind of counteract that a little bit. Follow us on Facebook, Free Salon Education. And again, check us out on Instagram at Free Salon Education. You got Brian, Drea, Barrett, and at Thad Boland as well. Yeah, so do you guys have anything else?
Stay tuned. We'll be announcing our blonde winner later this evening after we've all had time to confer. And yeah.
Okay.
That's
And I want to give a shout out to this music that you hear on Splitting Hairs every week is actually one of our good clients' music. He has a thing on SoundCloud, Third Parallel. I think he's also on YouTube, so check him out on there. But he creates this really cool music, and I like it. So that's why we play it on here.
There you go. Thanks, Max.
All right, guys. We will see you next week on Splitting Hairs. Thanks. A shout out to this music that you hear on Splitting Hairs every week is actually one of our good clients' music. He has a thing on SoundCloud, Third Parallel. I think he's also on YouTube, so check him out on there. But he creates this really cool